Hey everybody, this is the 80s Music Doctor, and today I'm going to be presenting my third edition album review, and today's album review is featuring the Motels, the Little Robbers. So let's go get right into this review. Hope you enjoy it. Little Robbers was the fourth album to be released from the Motels by Capitol Records. Little Robbers was released on September 16th in the year of 1983. The genre of this album falls in between the categories of light rock and new wave, and it was produced by Val Guerre. Okay, now let's introduce the band to you. First we have Martha Davis, who is the lead singer, and she also played the rhythm guitar for the group. And then we have Guy Perry on the guitar, Marty Gerard on the keyboards and saxophone, Michael Goodrow played the bass, Scott Thurston on the keyboards and guitar, and finally Brian Glasscock, who kept the entire band on point with precision beats, playing the drums and percussion. Martha had one of the most prettiest, strongest, and clearest vocals to ever be laid down on a track. Her vocal range had many different dimensions to it that made the songs from Little Robbers very believable, as if we were watching a short-lived movie full of suspenseful emotion. There is no doubt that lead singer Gwen Stefani of the easy rock pop sensational group called No Doubt was heavily influenced by Martha Davis' singing and vocal arrangements, as Gwen Stefani practically mimics Martha's every vocal move in just about every one of their hit song radio played songs from their albums. Even the group themselves, when you compare them, they sound just alike, like identical almost. So this just goes to show that just how much of an inspiration and impact and influence the Motels as a group had throughout the 80s that follows up and through until today's music, especially with the album Little Robbers. Hey, we're back. Alright, now the 80s Music Doctor is going to name off the song list and song titles from the album, starting with side 1, Where Do We Go From Here? Nothing Sacred, Suddenly Last Summer, Isle of You, Trust Me, and Monday Shutdown. That was the first side. And then the side 2, Remember the Nights, Little Robbers, Into the Heartland, Tables Turned, and then Footsteps. Okay, this is the front of the album, and this is the back of the album. And so, yeah, it's really good new wave pop sensational album for the early 80s. I think the Motels were a little bit ahead of their time, actually, and with the songs they talked about, very mature. Anybody could jump into their music and understand it and get right into it. The music was ahead of its time as far as their arrangements. Their vocal arrangements, like I mentioned before, just outstanding by Martha Davis. A very good pop sensational new wave album. Okay, now the 80s Music Doctor is going to go into some of the PowerPoints of Little Robbers album and what made it such a phenomenon in the early 80s. Okay, PowerPoint number 1, the song Suddenly Last Summer was the one and only song that went top 10 in the US at number 9, and it was obviously the album's cornerstone. The strength of the album, the identity of the album kind of laid it out for the rest of the sound of the album. And it did an excellent job. I love that song, Suddenly Last Summer. Okay, so that's a good thing. PowerPoint number 2, turning songs into mini movies. With Martha Davis and her vocals, she had a way to make you believe. Someone like Sade does. When we hear Sade's music, we believe what we're hearing. And if Sade, she sings about sorrow, heartache, or a love lost, or a heartbreak, or something that makes you feel. That's what movies do. They move your emotion. And so there aren't too many artists that can sing a song, put an album out, and make you feel like while you're listening to it, you can see what's going on, what the artist is singing about. Like you're there in the middle of a video shoot or something. It puts the surroundings around you. I thought that was very excellent with the sound. That's what I get from it. PowerPoint number 3. The most requested songs that were played at your everyday cafe bars and jazz studio corner clubs, even today. So, what I mean by that is, if you go to a blues club, a live blues club, Martha Davis and her band, that they reunite, come back together, or she can just show up with another band or whatever, and they play the basics of her music, and she'll sing those, top hits that they put on the radio from the years past. She'll do those, and she'll have a sellout crowd. It could be anywhere played, in Hollywood, LA, Chicago, wherever. And she'll sell out a crowd at a cafe every time. It's not a concert or nothing, but that's a really good strong point, that these people remember, her fans remember the songs that were played in the 80s that they loved, and they will come see her sing, and man, just be astounded by her still, even in the age. I heard her on YouTube not too long ago. I was checking out her videos, and her voice is just as beautiful as it was back in the day in the early 80s. Okay, PowerPoint number 4. Martha Davis lays down some of her best vocals on Little Robert's album. As I was saying all along in this album review, Martha Davis's vocals are astounding. Gwen Stefani, as beautiful as her voice is, you can't help but think of Martha Davis and the Motels when you hear No Doubt. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at the copyrights and see who came out first. They basically studied them, No Doubt did, and then just mimicked. And they had success with it. So that goes to show you how much respect and astounding Martha Davis and influence she had in the new wave genre of the 80s. So her voice is just beautiful. And then PowerPoint number 5. And this is the grade that I'm going to give the Little Robbers. And I have to give this album no less than an A-. From between A and F. I have to give it an A- because this is an excellent album. Like, the songs, other than Suddenly Last Summer, Where Do We Go From Here, Nothing Sacred was played on the radio. It didn't make as big of a bang as Suddenly Last Summer did, but it was still a great song, requested from her fans all over the world when it was going live back then in the 80s on the radio, and they're touring and concerts. Remember the Nights? I believe that might have been the second biggest hit from the Little Robbers album. And then the last song that was played on the radio was Tables Turn. So we got 4 well-known radio hit played songs from the Little Robbers, from Little Robbers album from the Motels. So this was a very successful album from them. Definitely was a cornerstone mark in the 80s that anyone who loves the Motels would not forget and remember what they were doing if they were in high school or college, when they were spinning that tape in their tape deck or spinning that vinyl. They remember that, like, oh yeah, I remember that. So this is what the 80s Music Doctor is hoping to give you guys, bring you guys back, without the time capsule, without the time machine, but so you guys can enjoy some of those prolific albums from the 80s. That's what the review is all about. Now, right now I want to give a shout out to YouTube player Cara VC. She did request the review of this, the Motels Little Robbers. So there you go, Cara VC. I hope that you enjoyed the review. And the 80s Music Doctor has a little gift for you. I like to give out suckers, and I also like to give out balloons. And on top, you see there, you see the purple balloon, which kind of goes with the album. Little Robbers, with the album cover was made of purple, black. Okay. Yeah, the album color, the album's colors were basically purple and yellow, and I want to put those on the top. That looks really nice, the balloons here. You get a shot of that there. Okay. Yeah, it goes right with the album. It is black too. Okay. I like to give out balloons to my patients, my ever-loving music, 80s loving music, and listening, rhythm tapping, toe tapping, 80s music lovers. I'd like to give you guys balloons for being such a good audience, and for tuning in to the 80s music lovers album reviews. I really appreciate you guys, and I also like to give out the suckers. And Cara BC, for requesting this, she gets a purple sucker, nice fat super glow pop. So here you are. This is for you, Cara BC, for requesting this album review of the Little Robbers by the Motels. And so the 80s music doctor is going to say bon voyage, sayonara, and goodbye to you guys. Please don't forget that you can put your album request into anytime in the comments. Whatever you want the 80s music doctor to review, put it in there. It has to be 80s. So that's the only rule I have. I don't do nothing but 80s on a review. I will talk of other albums and music, and I'll do other things. My 80s music lover team will do those other things. But as far as the music doctor, I only do 80s album reviews, and only take those requests. So feel free to do that at your leisure. Hope you enjoy my 80s music doctor review on Little Robbers from the Motels. And you guys take care. 80s music doctor saying goodbye.